And it has finally happened. It has finally come to pass. You can't see it, but I'm gesturing wildly with my hands. You can't see me. But as you can tell, Angron is here. This is actually, we got a new icon in the game. Boom. Let's get into it. We got a new icon in the game. We've got the, I have this over because the camera is just going to get in, my hand's going to get in the way of the camera there. There we go, that's better. We got a new icon in the game. Most importantly, this is the weekend. This is the Skulls for the Skull Throne event. I guess it's Skulls for the Skull Throne 3, which apparently, from what the announcements revealed, is actually a celebration of GW and digital GW product, which makes a lot of sense because Horus Heresy Legions is a digital game, so that was a learning opportunity for me. But as you can tell by this little icon here in the shop, the big news is we are getting special offers, Angron special offers. How special are they? They're Angron level. We don't have it yet, but I expect that we will see in the store for purchase your standard Angron for 1,600 gems in the same way that they did Vulcan and Ferrus Manus and Corax and Mortarion. Expect to see him through the weekend, possibly all weekend long. He'll be taking up the legendary slot. If you can't wait, if you're like me, and I gotta say, I was on the fence, but they have got a exclusive. You can't see it here because I already purchased it. Apparently it's a one-time buy because it's not showing up again, but there is a limited edition Angron deck, and I haven't changed it, so if I actually go into my decks, you'll see everything that it includes. It's called Slave of Nuceria, Slave of Nuceria, and it is the Angron deck. It comes with this alt art Angron, which for me, I didn't have Angron. He was the one Primarch I'm missing. I now have all the Primarchs, and hopefully through the course of a good run here with the Brain of Prospero set, I will bring my collection to a full. At this point, I'm only missing any new cards that are coming out with regards to Space Wolves and Thousand Suns and the Custodes, who are not out yet. So Angron was the last card I was missing from the first 3 sets, and I'm glad to have had him. The alt art is nice. He also comes with alt greetings, alt emotes, which let's just take a listen to some of these because I've never had Angron. I typically play with my volume down, but
greetings.
Okay, sounds strange.
Show some courage, Paper Skin.
I like greetings though better than, like you deserve no greetings.
You get to draw a few more breaths.
Or hold your tongue.
Words don't do this justice.
Okay.
The nails, they hurt.
Sounds like it hurts.
Victory comes to the last man standing.
Now, I don't know if that's the same voice actor or not. I know some people have mentioned that, but it's nice to have those. I think he might have the same emotes when he goes into his whispered form, but I have Angron, and when you pay, it's $19.99 for this deck, and I'm not trying to shell it out, but for me, there was a few selling factors. Number one, you get this sick card back here. Just look at that bloodletter is just delish. I'm not normally a chaos guy, but that's corn all the way. That's just super detailed. So you get a sweet card back. You get Angron, alt art Angron, alt emote Angron, and then you get the cards in this deck. Now, as you can tell here, we've got 1 Void Engagement Epic, 2 Terror Hounds Epic. What? Terror Hounds? Up until now, those were just cards that you could only summon. No, Terror Hounds are in the game now. Terror Hounds have been added into the game through the course of this deck. and they can actually be found now in crates for the set 1 crates, the Istvan 5 crates, or the Istvan 3, Istvan 5, Istvan crates. You can now get Terror Hounds as an epic. So that's 2 epics. You got a whole bunch of rares here. You've got Slurring Squad, you've got Aggressive Tactics Editions, great. Ron's Veterans, you've got No Survivors, which is a great epic for World Eaters. And then, what's this? Beast of Pyra. What? Oh, this is new. Wait a minute. It's a demon. Cost 4. Bloodthirst. Berserk. Health 6. Maintenance 2. Yeah. Between needing Angron and that card right there, I only have 1 because I just picked it up with the deck. The old art was just the icing on the cake. That was a selling factor for me. That's the first time that we have had an exclusive card besides the Primarchs. Whoa, in an exclusive deck. Typically, you usually get a decent deck, you get the Primarch, and you get a cool card back. But this time around, they went one step further. They gave us a cool card back, and they gave us 2 cards. First place to get it. So I went with it, and then to go with it, if you already have the rest of these cards, it converts them into gems, so it's not like you're losing anything, and you're kind of paying cash for the remainder to gems. But that was a pretty good conversion rate as well. Void Engagement's not a bad one to have. Even if you're doing a non-troop Angron deck, it's a good one to have. So if you don't have a Void Engagement, or if you only were able to get 1, you've got that as selling in the deck. You've got a Monument to Khorne. You've got, like I said, all the rares. I mean, if you're looking to get started with the World Eaters, this is the weekend to do it. This video will be outdated by the end of the weekend. People feel like they've missed it, but I'm super stoked and excited about it. And just for shits and grins, I'm gonna play a game with this deck as is, right out the gates, just because it's the first time I've got to play Angron. I did my dailies, I did my challenge games, and I got super stoked. I said, all right, now I'm ready for Angron. So we're going to do Angron, but before we do Angron, one more event announcement. The reinforcements are here. Now, I'm not going to go into it just yet here because I don't know if I'm going to get the new warlords here, but you've got Draeger added as a reinforcement. We've seen Draeger before in events. He has Cleave 1. That's it. That's what he has. That's not bad. He's a World Eater. He's going to have access to the World Eater cards, and he's got Cleave. Okay. All right, that's something. Does he have Cleave 1 or Cleave 2? He's got to have Cleave 1 because he's not as good as Shavendar, right? But the big thing here is Bjorn. Bjorn, I can't go into it. I can't go into the event and just pull up his picture because you can't see what he does. He's a 235, 2 attack 35. His ability, I'm really looking forward to using 2 energy, deal 1 damage to a target. Okay, that's very similar to Tarvitz. Now, Tarvitz, if he kills a target, he gets to draw a card. Korax, if he does the same thing, he goes into stealth if he kills a target. What does Bjorn get if he kills the target? He gets Survivor 2. That's huge. You may not think about it, but that's really, really big. Late game, mid game, even early game, especially with the way the Space Wolf card pool shapes up. If Bjorn is end up going to be our 4th warlord that we see, that's crazy. If he's just an event warlord, that's still good enough. I'm really looking forward to playing at least 1 or 2 games with Bjorn. I've scored enough points I feel comfortable with. At this point, I've got to play points to make sure that we stay here in the top 3, and it is a fierce battle. So I'm going to be getting some games in with Bjorn for sure. But now, right now, join me on my very first inaugural Angron game. Now, I don't expect to win this game. I'm just doing practice unless I face a bot. This is just a pre-made deck, some decent cards to the card pool. You're going to start seeing Angron pop up. I'm sorry, Horus Telemar. I know you're trying to practice this with your Drager. Be prepared to start seeing Angron as people have access to him starting today. If he shows up in the shop, you'll see him more often. He's not as powerful as he once was, but he's pretty straightforward. I'll give this guy a little greetings. A little greetings. Ron veterans, that's a good rare to have for Karn and for Angron. So if you don't have those, or if you're lacking, if you're a newer player, don't pass up on the opportunity to have these guys. Yes, you put them down, and Angron loses his attack bonus, but theoretically that bonus is going to these guys. And this deck in general is more geared as a troops deck. So Angron is going to attack. He's not going to play normally. Your classic Angron. And I think classic Angron is going to have to evolve with the shape of the meta coming up. But your classic Angron basically balloons all by himself and runs a whole bunch of tactics. Well, that's not what we're doing this time around. So this time around, we're playing a little bit more aggressive with some troop bodies, which isn't a bad thing. I think it's very viable to run a troop-based Angron. You just got to have the right troops. Oh, and that was a nice abandoned supplies cost up here. Now he could draw another precision bombardment, but by the looks of it, it's not. He's going for vehicles. I'm just going to give a guy with Mark Chaos, because why not? Now I could have done that, had Angron's attack go up to 3 and then drop my guy. Forgive me, I'm new with Angron here. I know better, but I'm just excited. I'm recording it here. It's an experience. I don't know if I'm going to get the whispers off in my very first game either, but man, I'm looking forward to that too. It's been over a year, and to achieve Angron at this point, it's a thing of beauty. It truly is. Wow. Okay, so we've got 6 energy. Not having a warlord with no ability to not have to worry about spending energy on, it's kind of nice. So I'm gonna throw down this buddy, and we'll just thanks for giving me an only 1 health target to bash my face up against. I'm gonna keep him doing some damage. He could have stuff that destroys vehicles outright, and that's okay. I figured he would have precision bombardment with that many cards in his hand, so I could get rid of 1 barricade, or I could do some 4 damage to his health, and I chose to do the latter. Okay, so we've got some stuff coming. Now this guy's here. Give +1/+1 to adjacent troops. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna pump up these guys. That's what we're gonna do, buddy. Yeah, you don't like it, but it's happening. This is just a prefabricated deck. Obviously, this is just a practice deck here, and I'm sure this guy's practicing with his Drager, and he's like, great. Are we playing this game seriously? Not good if that hits my vehicle, and it does, because that's just going to pump up my guys even more. Oof. You can take out those beasts, that's fine. You're still going to deal with a vehicle who's going to pump those scouts up. No, why don't you do something about it? Okay, alright. Do I attack? Do I go in? Yeah, we'll just get rid of your guy. There we go. That's what we're going to do. Ugh. Oof. I don't know what he's got in his hand. He might have a whole bunch of high-cost vehicles, and that's possible, but, I mean, you don't leave a board open with World Eater troops at this point who are just going to get stronger. I'm not even running the fast stuff, and maybe that's what's throwing him. Maybe he's not keen on what the prefabricated deck does, or whatever. But, I mean, I think it's got room to build. There's a lot of one-offs that can be replaced here. Good game. Sorry, you were the first casualty, and I'm happy to have it go that way. So there you go. Thank you for joining me on that wonderful adventure. Oh man, that's so great. Hang on. I gotta go into something. I gotta go because when you buy it, it gives you the pre-made deck. Now I've got to rename this. Now that I'm Slave of Nassyria, I'm gonna have to rename it just to Angron because gotta make my note because I'm going to do some edits here to this deck. I'm probably gonna do several different Angron builds because I've been waiting for this. Yeah, been waiting for this. But right now, for this special moment, right now, who am I missing? I'm only missing Oath or Weirdmake. I just wanna go through here. I wanna see them all. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Yes. From start to finish, let's go. Oh yes. It's delicious. You too will one day have this feeling, people. This is possible. Oh, I'm missing that one right there. That's where it belongs, right between these buddies. And then it'll only be 7 days and the 1,000 suns will be added to the fray. I gotta say one thing though, as delicious and as fun as that is, it took over a year to get to that point, and ultimately I did have to break down and spend some cash on it, a $20 purchase for Angron. I consider it well worth it. I could have kept buying set 1 crates with all the gold I had, but that's a lot of crates to chase just one card, just one legendary. And at this point in the game, I was just going to either save up and wait till he appeared in the shop, which he did. And I was going to hold out and see. Normally I pass on the prefabricated decks, the special decks, even with the ones with alt art. The Mortarion one was really tempting, but I passed on it. But this one here with the hounds and the beasts, that was enough to sell me. And get my money. So good job well done. And I know that I don't want to encourage that to become the trend, but I think that's the smart thing to do. And ultimately, I've been playing this game for over a year. I think I bought, like I said, maybe $20 worth of tickets, like three 10 ticket purchases over the course of that year. So I'm happy to spend an extra 20, give them my money. If it keeps the game going, it's a fun game. I've enjoyed it. If you can't tell by the videos, I hope you've been enjoying it. I hope you continue to enjoy it. And take advantage while you can, because it's not often when they do this. I think the next thing we would do, we might see another deal sometime during the summer. We're kind of coming up on the 1 year. I think in July is the 1 year that the game was released in the store. That was past beta mode. So maybe they'll do something like a 1 year anniversary. Other than that, I can't think of anything more that would prompt them to do a special offer. So they don't come often. So when they do, you gotta take advantage of them. And I'm happy to have taken advantage of this one here. It makes a part of my soul complete. And again, I thank you for joining me with that one game. I've got some other games to get to. I've got some changes to the deck to make and some things to make it my own, but I wanted to give it a whirl, give it a try. I've got that cosmetic already pinned up. And yeah, so that's it. Next time we meet, well, I might put up some stuff here before Wednesday with Bjorn, if I can get Bjorn running an event. But if not, Wednesday looks like that will be the day that I am doing my 1,000 Sun spoilers. So looking forward to that. Really looking forward to that. So definitely tune back in. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to my channel, or get other people to subscribe who would find this information useful, whether that's the recruit level videos I do, some of the event deck walkthroughs, or some of the card by card discussions. It really it helps getting, having some feedback, having questions, having some suggestions and pointers offered as well. I do appreciate the criticism for those who have got it, who are willing to spend the time watching me play a game, which is not something I ever enjoyed when I was in junior high and high school, but that seems to be the trend that we do nowadays. But I really enjoy doing this stuff, and enjoy the fact that there are people who that it helps, and that's really kind of why I set out to do it. Was not just to play games, but to kind of digest the game and kind of break it down and have discussions about it specifically. So kind of push it beyond just watch me play cards. It's more or less, why do we make certain choices? Why do some things work and some things don't? I'll tell you what's going to work here is that I shouldn't have to explain how crazy bonkers. I mean, Terrorhounds, yeah, that's nice for a 3. That's a good 3 cost. But do you know how crazy these Beasts of Fire are? I mean, they're a demon. They can't be bounced by Melgator. They've got 4 attack for 4. That's bad enough. 6 health? 6 health? And they've got Berserk. I mean, the following turn, if you can't get rid of them, that's 8 damage that these guys are doing. It's well worth the maintenance, too. Are you kidding me? That's insane. That's crazy. Yes, you can't pump them yet with most cards, but there are cards that you can pump them with. I mean, gosh, what if I had Beast of Fire out late game, and I pumped them with that World Eater Rhino? Was it a Rhino or was it a Razorback? I mean, let's be specific here. Hidden Strength, Command Rhino. What if I had pumped him up, made him a 5/7 with Rage and with Berserk and Bloodthirst? Good gravy. Oh, I can't. It's a good card. I'm hoping we will see those in the shop this weekend. Do yourself a favor, if you see them, pick them up. It's a great chaos card. It's going to be able to go in any deck, but especially those decks that are aiming for quick space beats. I mean, you're going to see that card. That might force people to pull out Abaddon, double Seek and Destroys. I mean, that's, if you don't have those, or another way like a Jam, I mean, it's still a 4/6, but removing that Bloodthirst might be a decent trade-off. Using Sabotage, I don't know, man. That's such a good card. Such a good card. There's more to come. You know it's coming. Will they change it? I don't know. Maybe. Not anytime soon. I'm just gonna take one last look at that. I just can't. I can't help myself. I mean, yeah, the art's nothing super sexy. It doesn't have to be. I'm just looking at those numbers. 4. Tell me more. Oh, another 4. All right, you're touching me the right way. What? 6. Yes. 1 Bloodthirst. Berserk. Yeah, I don't care. You got me at Bloodthirst. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Okay. I need to tell. Alright, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. Keep playing Legions. I'm out.